So, James, everyone talks about affiliate marketing, right? But it just feels like a lot of folks, they just chase the shiny object, don't they? And then they get really burnt out really quickly. It's like, oh, I saw this one thing work for someone, so I'll just copy that. But it never seems to actually stick, does it?
Absolutely, Emma. That's really where the alchemy comes in, isn't it? It's not about the quick buck. It's about building something truly robust, something that's actually going to last. We see it all the time. These marketers hopping from one trend to the next, thinking they've found the golden ticket, but in reality, they're just spreading themselves thin, not actually building any real foundation.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like they're just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, right? And it never really does. So for our listeners who are maybe, tired of that whole cycle, what's the very first foundational mindset shift we should be thinking about?
Well, the first thing, the absolute bedrock, is embracing that long-term vision. It's understanding that affiliate marketing, proper affiliate marketing, isn't a sprint. It's a marathon, isn't it? You're not looking for that instant gratification. You're building an asset, a real business, something that can generate sustainable income over years, not just weeks or months. It requires patience, definitely.
Okay, so if we're not chasing, the shiny objects, then how do we even begin to find something that isn't already super crowded? Because it feels like every good niche is already taken, right? How do you even spot those hidden gems?
Right, exactly. That's a cracking point, Emma. It's about going where others aren't, isn't it? Thinking laterally almost. Most people just look at the obvious, like weight loss or make money online. But the real gold, the real alchemy, is in the sub-niches, the micro-niches. Often it's about identifying pain points that are unique, not just broad categories.
So, are we talking about getting super specific? Instead of dog training, it's training reactive chihuahuas for apartment living or something.
Precisely. You've got it. It's about finding that intersection of a passionate audience, a very specific problem they're trying to solve, and, crucially, a lack of well-tailored solutions already out there. You're looking for those underserved communities. And sometimes, these are things you might even be passionate about yourself, which makes it even better. It's a proper deep dive, not just a surface skim.
Okay, so we've got this cool untapped niche, right? But traffic, that's always the tricky bit. How do we get people to actually see what we're doing without spending a fortune on ads or, just waiting for SEO to kick in, which can take forever, right?
Traffic, the lifeblood. And this is where you really start to separate yourself from the herd. It's not always about Google Ads or Facebook. No, we're talking unconventional methods. Think about leveraging existing communities, perhaps. Guest posting, not just on other blogs, but in niche forums, or even offering value in Facebook groups where your audience hangs out, without being spammy, of course.
Ooh, I like that. So, actually participating and helping, then gently, guiding them if your solution fits? What about things like partnerships, like micro-influencers or complementary businesses?
Spot on, Emma. Micro-influencers are gold, especially in those niche areas. They often have highly engaged audiences, and their rates are far more accessible. And partnerships. Think about cross-promotions with non-competing businesses that serve the same audience. It could be joint webinars, shared email blasts, or even simply recommending each other's content. It's all about creatively placing yourself where your ideal customer already is, without being, overtly promotional. It's organic, isn't it?
All right. So we're getting traffic to our pages, but getting them to actually convert, that's a whole other ballgame. what are some of the really subtle things that make a difference beyond just a big buy now button? Because that doesn't always work, does it?
Conversions, yes, and this is where it gets absolutely fascinating because it's less about the button color and more about understanding the human brain, isn't it? One key aspect often overlooked is reciprocity. Give genuine value up front, a really helpful guide, a free mini course, a valuable tool. When you give first, people are, well, they're more inclined to reciprocate, to consider your offer.
Oh, that makes total sense. So, like building trust before you even ask for anything. What about things like social proof? Beyond just testimonials, is there like a deeper way to leverage that?
Absolutely, Emma. Social proof isn't just about testimonials, it's about demonstrating popularity and credibility. Think about showcasing case studies with actual results, not just glowing words, or subtly highlighting how many people have already benefited. Another powerful one is scarcity and urgency, but used ethically, mind, not creating fake deadlines, but genuine limited offers or bonuses that, well, that genuinely expire. It taps into our natural fear of missing out, doesn't it? But only if it's authentic, otherwise it just feels a bit sleazy.
So, James, once someone converts, like, what's next? It can't just be a one and done thing, can it? We want them, to stick around and, like, be a part of our world. How do we build that long-term relationship?
Precisely, Emma. That's where the sustainable growth really kicks in. It's about turning a transaction into a relationship, isn't it? Building those assets. And the absolute king of assets in my book is an email list. It's something you own, you control, you're not at the mercy of algorithms. You can continue to provide value, build trust, and then, well, naturally introduce other relevant affiliate offers over time.
Right. So, like, nurturing that lead almost? Not just, here's your product, bye, but here's your product, and here's more helpful stuff related to it. What about communities, like building a Facebook group or a Discord server around your niche?
Spot on again. Communities are powerful. They foster loyalty, build a sense of belonging, and provide invaluable feedback. They become a hub for your audience. And also, think about evergreen content hubs, really solid blog posts, YouTube videos, or even a mini course that continuously attracts and serves your audience. These assets work for you 24/7, year after year, generating leads and building authority. It's about creating value that, well, that endures, rather than just chasing fleeting trends, isn't it?
Okay, so we're building these amazing assets. We're nurturing our audience, but when it comes to the actual offer, like beyond just linking to a product page, how do we make it truly irresistible? Because just sending them somewhere often doesn't cut it, right?
No, it certainly doesn't, Emma. That's the conventional approach, isn't it? The unconventional alchemy here is about offer stack augmentation. You're not just promoting the product, you're adding your own unique value on top. Think about bonuses. Maybe a custom checklist, a video tutorial that simplifies the product, a private community access, or even a done-for-you template. You're essentially making their decision a no-brainer.
Wow. So, like, giving them extra reasons to buy through your link specifically, not just because you told them about the product, but because you're giving them more. And what about the funnel part? How does that play into making the offer truly stand out?
Exactly. You're making your link the most appealing option. And for the funnel, it's about strategically guiding them. Don't just send them to the sales page straight away. Perhaps it's a lead magnet, then an email sequence, a value-packed review, and then the offer, complete with your bonuses. It's about warming them up, isn't it? Addressing their objections along the way. It's a journey, a very intentional one, designed to build desire and trust before the final ask. That's where you really elevate it beyond a simple recommendation.
Okay, so we're building these assets, we're converting people with awesome offers. How do we grow this without becoming, one of those spammy marketers? Because that's definitely not the goal, right? how do you scale ethically?
Excellent question. Ethical scaling, that's paramount, isn't it? It's about ensuring your growth is, well, it's beneficial for everyone involved. The key here is value-first expansion. As you scale, you should be asking yourself, how can I provide even more value to my audience? Not just, how can I promote more products? It's about maintaining transparency, only recommending products you genuinely believe in and have perhaps even used yourself.
Right. So, like, if you wouldn't recommend it to your best friend, then it's probably not good for your audience either. And what about automating things, like scaling without losing that, personal touch?
Precisely. Authenticity is crucial. And automation, yes, it's vital for scaling, but it needs to be smart automation, not just set it and forget it's spam. Think about segmenting your email list so you're sending highly relevant offers to the right people. Or using tools to manage your community effectively without losing that human connection. It's about using technology to amplify your value, not to replace genuine interaction. It's about smart delegation and leveraging systems, isn't it? So you can spend more time on what truly matters, serving your audience.
James, we've talked about building email lists and content, but I'm thinking more about the human element. Like, how much does actively building a community, not just having a list, actually impact that long-term sustainable growth we keep mentioning? It feels like it could be a huge differentiator.
It's absolutely monumental, Emma, truly. It's the secret sauce for longevity. When you foster a genuine community, you're not just building an audience, you're cultivating advocates. These are people who, well, they trust you, they trust each other, and they're far more likely to purchase your recommendations and even organically spread the word. Reciprocity here plays a huge role. The more value you give to the community, the more they'll give back in terms of engagement and loyalty.
So, like hosting Q&As or doing maybe even little challenges within the group, things that make them feel like they're getting extra value just for being like a part of your inner circle.
Spot on. Exactly that. Exclusive content, early access to new insights, live sessions, perhaps even peer-to-peer support within the group. When people feel connected, when they feel heard and valued, their loyalty skyrockets. It transforms them from just another statistic into a genuine member of your tribe, doesn't it? And a tribe is far more resilient and powerful than a scattered audience. It creates a network effect that's difficult for competitors to replicate. It's proper alchemy, that.
So, James, it feels like we've covered like a ton of ground today, from mindset to scaling and community. But the online world, it changes fast, right? Like algorithms shift, platforms come and go. How do we future-proof all this hard work?
The big takeaway, Emma, I'd say it's understanding that affiliate marketing isn't just a tactic, is it? It's an entire ecosystem. And future-proofing, well, that comes down to diversification and adaptability. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. If you're reliant solely on one traffic source or one platform, you're always vulnerable.
So, like having a blog and a podcast and a YouTube channel, instead of just focusing on one thing? Like spreading your bets, I guess?
Precisely. Multiple traffic sources, multiple income streams, building your own assets like that email list we talked about, and crucially, it's about continuous learning. The landscape is always evolving, isn't it? So staying on top of trends, experimenting with new strategies, and never becoming complacent. The alchemy is in your ability to adapt and innovate. To truly transform your affiliate game, you've got to be a constant student of the market. That's how you build an empire that